My turn. Okay.
Yep, your turn.
Yep, Jessica, I'm just enthralled with your project regarding biomass. I don't profess to understand it all, but the bottom line is it seems that it would be an amazing thing, cutting edge for Lake County, and I think you spearheaded it. Could you talk about that? And one thing I know I want to throw out there is that at the debate with you and Boone, he said he would be a part-time supervisor only. Anyhow, I just want to throw that out there, but please talk about biomass.
Thank you for the call, and I'll let you take it off the air, okay?
Okay, so I am so excited about this biomass utilization strategy, and it's okay if you don't understand because it's pretty complicated.
The ways of government, huh, Jessica?
Yeah. So ultimately, as we look around our county, we see dead and dying trees, we see fire burned trees, and we know that we have fuel breaks. We know that PG&E is doing tree work, and Caltrans is doing tree work, and we know that our forests need thinning. And so when I was talking earlier about those $40 million in projects, well, that's all basically fuel reduction. And so where do we put that? Where do we put those fuels? We know that it's not a good idea to just burn everything. I mean, that is an option. And we do that today, driving down here, lots of burning happening. This is the time of year to be burning. But we need to do more for eliminating greenhouse gases, and we need to sequester carbon. And so there's all these technologies out there to take the biomass that is a problem for us, a byproduct of all of this work that we need to do to keep our community safe from wildfire. And there's opportunities to turn it into biofuel, biochar, which is a byproduct of burning that can be used for fertilizers, for purifying water. There's a lot of uses for just the biochar. And then there's wood products. So there's other counties that are making like big panels for building houses out of this junk wood, basically. And then in Europe, they are burning these little wood pellets that are made in California out of this extra biomass. So the whole idea of this project is to assess the whole county, look at everything that we have, and figure out how we can turn the biomass, the excess biomass that we have in our county, into profitable businesses and products, and that we don't have to ship it out of our county. We can handle it here locally. So I hope that explanation helps. We just got funding from the Governor's Office of Planning and Research to start building this biomass utilization strategy. So I think I mentioned before, there were 5 pilot programs in the state of California. Mm-hmm. And after a whole lot of hustling and poking, they finally chose Lake County to be the 6th pilot. All right, and so they're funding us to develop this plan. And so that's underway right now with the Risk Reduction Authority.
Awesome. I just have to ask you one quick follow-up. What did it take, if you can boil it down, what did it take to become the 6th pilot?
Okay, so
that couldn't have been easy.
No.
But explain to the listeners what that took.
About 3 years. I've been working on this for about 3 years. And there is something that you should know. I am relentless when I have an idea, and our climate resiliency officer, Terry Logston, she was the environmental director for Scotts Valley Band of Pomo Indians. And Scotts Valley has been working on these types of projects. And they've been trying to get them off the ground here in Lake County. And there was some delays, and hopefully we're going to see that happening soon. So that tribe really started it, and Terry was working there. And then the more that we sat down and talked to each other, we said, this is just a piece of of the puzzle. Like, we really need to be looking at this across the whole county, both cities. We need to have a major strategy here, because we're never going to achieve our goals of having resilient communities without this.
Right.
And so it was working with the tribe, it was working with Terry and figuring out what we needed. And then it was going to Sacramento and poke. What are you doing? Why did you leave us out of this pilot program? Why aren't we there? Why aren't we there? And then finally, the manager of this program last fall was driving through on his way back from another pilot project up north, and he was like, I'm driving through Friday at 4:00. Will you meet me? And Terry and I said, we will be there. And we took him on a dead tree tour of all of Lake County, and he just looked at us and said, okay. All right. We've been hassling him for about 2 years, and he said, all right, I get it now. So it was just.
So it took a dead tree tour.
Well, but it took.
Ultimately.
I mean, we supplied him with the Forest Service flyover data that shows almost 600,000 standing dead trees in our county, which happened, that was a flyover data from 2022, where they just literally fly over and map the vegetation. We had about 60,000 dead trees 3 or 4 years before. And it jumped from almost to 600,000
So
trees.
the data wasn't enough. He had to see it to believe it, I guess.
Yes.
Just to bottom line it.
I mean, we supplied him.
We are grateful to him, whoever he is. Okay. All right.